Hey everyone, welcome to Walks with Moss. We're going to try again on this having a cup of tea thing at the lake. Bella says, forget these mushrooms, let's just go. Let's just go. Okay, let's just go. It would be so awesome if that owl showed up again, because today I've got a really long lens with me. I'm not using my GoPro today. I'm using a DSLR. I don't know how stable this video is going to be though, but I've done some adjustments to see if we can get it more stable. And I actually am feeling kind of blue today. The holidays were a bit hard on me. It was my very first Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year's Eve spent all alone because I'm a widow and I also recently became an empty nester. So it was a bit challenging, and now I'm going into the new year alone. But I've got so many plans and so many things I want to do. I'll make the best of it, but look how dark it is. Just look how dark it is. It's definitely the darkest time of year. It's 1:30 in the afternoon. Here's a fun-looking mushroom. I'm guessing it's a Cartonarius without pulling it up to take a look at it. There we go. Yeah, it's that same one, the Cartonarius, that is apparently useful for dyeing. It is so quiet out here today. It's wonderful because it's New Year's Day, I guess. People are staying home or something. Check it out. I never noticed this here before. Here's one of our dung-loving mosses. It's probably Tayloria serrata. Wow, I didn't realize I could find these dung-loving mosses out here. We have two kinds, and I've only ever found Tayloria serrata. So I've made a stone circle around this one so I can observe it later in the year when it makes sporophytes, or when it gets older, actually. And then I can take it home maybe and try to ID it. I don't really want to take this home. Look at the substrate. You can tell it's growing on poop. It's also really dark green compared to the moss behind it. Yeah, Bella, are you getting tired of the moss now too? It's really dark green because it gets so much nitrogen. That's kind of a cool find. Uh-oh, we might not have the duck shelter, the duck blind to ourselves today. This looks like a fairly fresh track. And I noticed one of the trees that was down across the road has also been cleared. But we have a backup plan if that's the case. Yes, these are definitely fresh tracks. I'll be surprised if there's no one at the duck blind this morning. Here we go. We're about to find out. Just around the corner here, and we'll know. All right, there does not appear to be anyone here. Excellent, excellent. It's time for me to get my feet wet again. My boots still leak. I want to try patching them. I don't want to spend money to replace them, but I feel like in order to patch them, they need to be dry first. But since I've been walking here every other day or so, they never get dry. Oh, there's another boat here today. This is the rowboat that was here before. But now, we've got this great big kayak as well. And I'm sure that belongs to someone who's a member of the duck club. Wow. Well, we've got 30 more days of duck hunting. And then I guess all the boats will leave. So here's another view of the lake. Kind of wish I had a polarized lens with me so we could see under the water. In the summer, these lily pads are all on the surface and they're so high there isn't even any place to put a frog on the water. We can zoom in now though with this lens and see where the duck hunter was the other day. He was right there on that shore. Okay, let's gather our Labrador tea and only Labrador tea. Ooh, it's extra soggy here today. You having fun, buddy? Here's the plant we want. This is our Labrador tea, rhododendron something or other. So even without flowers, we've got seed capsules that we can use to ID this. Let's grab some leaves off of it. And I'm sure these are going to be the fuzzy ones. Yep, nice fuzzy leaves. Yay. 1, 2, 3. And let's go over here and we'll just look at the leaves. 4. Come on, come on. 4. 5. And that's all I'm going to use. I think that's sufficient. That's going to make a good strong tea. So let's go back to the duck blind and have our tea. But first let's admire this sphagnum moss. It sure is gorgeous stuff. And I can only ID it as sphagnum. I cannot get the species on this stuff. And the yellow stuff and the red stuff could potentially be the exact same moss. Sphagnum turns red as a reaction to sunlight. So you can't necessarily ID your sphagnum based on color. Here's the one that's the wrong plant. And let's see. Also the wrong plant. See, no fuzz on the underside of the leaves. But there's the right plant. See that fuzzy leaf? Now we have all of the correct kind of leaves this time. So I'll put them in my cup and we'll make some tea. Hopefully tea that I'll actually be able to drink. Won't that be nice? This is just some hot water I brought from home with a tablespoon or maybe a teaspoon of sugar in it. So I'll cover that up and let that steep for 10 minutes. And while I'm waiting, I can just sit here and enjoy all of this solitude and beauty. Okay, it's been 10 minutes, just long enough for my tea to steep and for me to take a Spanish lesson in Duolingo. Oh, please don't come up here and make everything shake, buddy. No, stop, 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 stop. So here we go. It doesn't have a whole lot of color to it today. We'll see how much flavor it has. Maybe I should add just a few more leaves or maybe steep it a little bit longer. It has almost no color. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it has enough flavor yet. All I'm tasting is the sugar water. The sugar in the water. So I think I'll grab a couple more leaves. So I'll put these leaves in here. These are great big ones. They should have a lot of flavor to them. Maybe I'll go over and grab a couple of rose hips too. If I can leave the camera without Bella knocking it down, that is. Bella's having a blast as usual. Okay, let's give this another try. Cheers. It's got a bit more flavor to it now. The leaves are a little bit bitter, a little bit like black tea. And the sugar makes it nice. I mean, even with no flavoring in it, this would probably taste good just because of the sugar I added. So now I'll just have a cup of tea, taking in the beauty. We finally did it. We managed to come out to the duck blind and have a cup of tea. This duck blind is a really popular destination for a lot of my neighbors in the summer. I know of 2 or 3 of them that walk here almost every day with their dogs. I don't see them coming here at all in the winter though. It's just me out here, so maybe none of my neighbors have ever ran into duck hunters out here. Just me. There's another blind down there, and there's one way up there too. That's a big canoe. Anyway, I know now to stay away from here on the weekends in January, and then I'll have it to myself. And obviously in the summer, there won't be any duck hunters. I've never actually run into another person at this blind until I ran into that hunter the other day too. And I assumed he was fishing because his truck had a fishing sticker on it. Okay, we did it. I guess it cheered me up. Having warm tea was nice. And I guess it was good for me to get out here, even though it's kind of dark and dreary. At least it's not raining. Something's really been hammering away at this tree. I guess a woodpecker. It's so quiet here. It's almost surreal. I'm not complaining. I like the quiet, but it's kind of surreal. There's so little traffic noise. We've still got some airplane noise, though. Here's part of a deer bone. Well, crap. There's a car coming. So, a little bit of a disturbance here. Hey, how's it going? All right. There was a pickup truck, but that belongs to the member of the duck hunting club and is also the husband of a friend of mine. And he heard from the duck hunter that I ran into the other day. That duck hunter said that he'd ran into a woman down here, and he's like, I bet I know who that is. So when he saw me, he wasn't surprised. And he did say that Buck is kind of a grumpy guy. It's true, he's kind of grumpy. So that's that. Yeah. So this hike ended up being very people-y, but at least it was a people I know. I thought it was going to be Buck again, but nope, it was Erica's husband. I've done some photography for her. Cool. And he's like, yeah, the duck hunting club is all Green Diamond employees, but anyone who wants to walk here can, and there's no ducks here right now, there's just geese. And everyone should try to get along. Okay, cool. So I learned a little bit more, and he actually put that big canoe, it's not a kayak, he put the canoe down here this morning. But then he changed his mind and he's decided he's going to go down there and take the canoe back out because he's worried about it getting stolen. So he's on a mission today to retrieve a canoe. And now he'll go back and tell that duck hunter who I am, I guess. So there we have it. This is a small town and a small county, and everybody knows everybody here. Okay, so I don't know. I think I'll not come here for a while because it's too people-y. Even if it's nice people that I know, I don't come out here to see people, darn it. So I may come up with another plan. Interestingly though, Erica's husband was actually trying to tell me, or ask me, hey, do you know about the tea you can pick down there? Like, yes I do. Yes I do. And then he started to warn me about, and there's a poisonous one too. And well, we're well aware of that now too, aren't we? Okay, time to go home and, I don't know, do some painting. Try to relax. This turned out to be not a relaxing hike at the end, but a good hike nonetheless. Okay, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.